So, good morning everyone. I'm the first reporter, Jordan Rojanmart, reporter for this chapter 15, Physical and Cognitive Development in Middle Adulthood. So, before I start, um, our learning objectives are we will explain how midlife is changing and define middle adulthood. We will also discuss physical changes in middle adulthood, the characterize health and well-being in middle age. We'll also identify cognitive changes in middle adulthood. We'll describe creative achievement and the relationship between creativity and age, and we will also discuss trends in work, retirement, and education in middle adulthood. So, for the first part, we have here the middle age social construct. Middle adulthood in chronological terms, um, as the years between ages 40 and 65, but this definition is arbitrary lang. So, in the Book of Newman, middle adulthood is from 34 to 60 years. And according to Meadows data, most middle-aged people are in good physical, cognitive, and emotional shape and feel good about the quality of their lives. So this is likely because middle age is often a period of stability where individuals benefit from established routines, accumulated life expectation, and access to resources that support health and well-being. So, however, the experience of middle age varies with health, gender, race or ethnicity, socioeconomic status, cohort, and culture, as well as with personality, marital and parental status, and employment. So, the experience of middle age, it varies widely, no? Because these factors shape access to opportunities, stressors, support systems, and individual perspectives, influencing how people navigate this life stage. So next part, the physical development changes. We have here the sensory and psychomotor functioning. It refers to how our senses and motor skills change as we age. So as we age, our sensory and psychomotor functioning, it decline due to natural biological changes, including muscle weakening, diminished sensory receptor sensitivity. When increasing age, it is common for adults lang to for variety of perceptual declines, including the hearing and visual difficulties, no? So for our visual sensory problem, we have here presbyopia and myopia. Presbyopia, it is age-related progressive loss of the eyes, ability to focus on nearby objects due to loss of elasticity in the lens. So, as people age, they have difficulty focusing on near objects. The loss of elasticity in the lens, it occurs due to age-related changes in its proteins, which becomes stiffer and less flexible over time, impairing its ability to adjust focus. We have also here myopia. It is the nearsightedness also increases throughout middle age. It is a common vision condition, no? In middle age, where distant objects appear blurry because light entering the eye focus in front of the retina instead of directly on it. While on our auditory sensory problem naman, we have here the presbycusis. It is age-related gradual loss of hearing, which accelerates after age 55, especially with regard to sounds at higher frequencies. So, it occurs as the hair cells down in the ear and the auditory nerve fibers gradually deteriorate with age, leading to decline in the ability to hear higher frequency sounds. We have also here the basal metabolism, use of energy to maintain vital function. So as people age, muscle mass tends to decrease and fat mass increases, leading to a slower metabolism and reduced energy requirements for maintaining basic bodily functions. Next page. Let's proceed to the definition of brain at midlife. So, in general, the aging brain can be described in two ways: as working more slowly and as having difficulty um, juggling multiple tasks. So, um, first, as working more slowly, it is due to gradual decline in processing speed and a reduction in the volume of certain brain regions. No, this is caused by normal aging, including the decrease of blood flow and also the loss of neurons. While as having difficulty juggling multiple tasks, at midlife kasi, the brain experiences a decline in cognitive flexibility, making it harder to multitask effectively. Next, we have here the structural and the systematic changes in middle adulthood. No? The skin starts to lose its firmness and smoothness. Hair also becomes thinner and turns gray. Middle-aged people often gain weight and they may lose some height. So, amo na yung mga structural and systematic changes sa middle adulthood. Then, we have also vital capacity. It is the physical changes also, that amount of air that can be drawn in with a deep breath and expelled. So the vital capacity of the individual in the middle adulthood decreases because age due to changes in lung tissue elasticity, weaker respiratory muscles, and reduced chest wall flexibility. Next, we have here the sexuality and reproductive functioning. It refers to changes in sexual health and fertility that occur as people age. So, here, we have this sa female, meron tayong menopause. Menopause, it's a cessation of menstruation and of ability to bear children. So, how this menopause happen? No, it takes place when a woman permanently stops ovulating and menstruating and can no longer conceive a child. It is generally considered to have occurred 1 year after the last menstrual period. While sa male naman, we have here changes in male sexual functioning, the erectile dysfunction. It is an ability of a man to achieve or maintain an erect penis sufficient for satisfactory sexual performance. So it occurs when blood flow to the penis reduces or nerve function is impaired, often due to factors like aging, hormonal changes, and underlying medical conditions. No. So we have here the sexual activity. Myths about sexuality in midlife. For example, is the idea of satisfying sex daw. It ends when menopausal starts. Have sometimes become self-fulfilling prophecies. The myth that sex ends at menopause can lead people to believe it's true. So, it's the reason while the individuals in middle adulthood kay nagsasawa na sa sex, kay they're thinking na nawala na yung satisfying sex. Next, we have here the physical changes sa table. Sa female, hormonal change, drop in estrogen and progesterone. It is the estrogen and progesterone is the hormones that are important in regulating menstruation sa mga babae. While sa male, the drop in testosterone, the symptoms sa mga babae, hot flashes, vaginal dryness, urinary dysfunction. While sa male kay undetermined, dito sexual changes, less intense arousal, frequent and quicker orgasms daw sa mga babae. So quick lang, mabilis daw silang mag-orgasm ang mga babae. While sa mga lalaki naman, less frequent erection, longer recovery between erection, risk of erectile dysfunction. So, matagal daw yung recovery ng erection or mas matagal yung erection ng mga lalaki sa sexual change nila during middle age. And we have heard the reproductive capacity, no? So as female enter the middle adulthood sa menopausal stage nila, the reproductive capacity ends. While sa male naman, yung fertility lang nila is decreases. So ito yung symptoms of menopause and aging, just like what na mentioned here, hot flashes, night sweat, vaginal dryness, and etc.